Well, happy Tuesday. It's not Wednesday yet. Like I've been going that long, but we'll go ahead and go through the report tonight. Glad everyone is here. So, first area I wanted to update everyone on was human resources. We will be beginning tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon negotiations with the Whitewater Professional Police Association. So that will be the second phase of labor negotiations for our represented employees. And once that negotiation is completed, we'll have two agreements. One will be for the police, and the other will be for the Professional Police Supervisors Association, which is WPPSA, representing the lieutenants in the department as well. Also, in the hopper at the moment is the recruitment of an administrative assistant / deputy clerk for the city, and I didn't ask her for any further information, but I know Michelle spent a great deal of time yesterday along with our HR coordinator in interviews of potential candidates, and so more will be coming in the future on that, but that's in progress. So I'm sure he would love to have a better picture up there, but he's an outstanding guy. Brad Marquardt is our new Public Works Director, and I'll ask him to stand up and say hello. But Brad comes to us from Wausau and formerly with DIS, MTech Services located in Weston, Wisconsin. So he's a professional engineer and has a number of years of experience working in public sector, public works departments, as well as private sector experience with this prior firm. So we're thrilled to have him. This is day two.
Day two.
I don't know.
Feels like day 5.
You're welcome to say hello. Anything that you want to say? Any questions, council members?
You pretty much covered it all. I come with close to 25 years experience, most of it in the municipal side with the city of Wausau. A couple years on the private side. Cameron said it's my second day. It's been filled to the brim so far. Information overload, but that's good. So I just look forward to helping out the city improve and move forward as soon as I can, and look forward to it. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thanks, Brad, very much. Welcome. So if you have any public works related questions, we now have a public works director that you can call in addition to speaking with our superintendents and our utilities and streets. So we're thrilled to have them. Hotel development, this is just an update for this body, and thought worthwhile to make mention. The Planning Commission on Monday night approved with contingent on all things working out between private developer engineering folks and city engineering folks regarding the potential development of a hotel. Would be where exists now a parking lot in front of what was the Century Building and is now the Community Outreach or Community Engagement Center for the university. So that is moving forward. The rest of the work, I believe, at this point is really among staff and then for the developer securing all their financing and moving forward. So look for in the next few months something happening in the parking lot there of that building. Also, as part of the capital improvement plan, included in the capital improvement plan is listed an amphitheater. So, and staff has been looking at for some time the possibility of improving the stage in Cravath Lakefront Park, and part of that improvement, or all of that improvement, would ideally be an amphitheater. So without knowing whether or not we could do it, we wanted to first look at cost, and we're in process of looking at that currently. The pictures there are of one. I failed to get the detail from Eric regarding where it was located in Wisconsin, but this is similar to a style that I think right now internally is seen as favorable. If any proposals do come forward in the next 12 months, you might see that picture like that again. Just a couple other things to note regarding programs. This one on gymnastics started this week, very well attended. Children ages 3 through 18 are given the opportunity to join 4 different levels of classes, and it's been a success. So the TOTS class is pictured there on the screen, and it's the note from our recreation programmer was, it's always exciting to watch and see what they do, and I bet it's a toddler class. So, also happening this last weekend was the Run for Trey, which happens annually. This year, as you can see, 222 participants. It was a very good event, and $11,000 were raised. That money all goes toward a number of projects, but a number of things, but all evolving around the Trayton's Field of Dreams field in Starren Park. Also, we had staff be seen at the laps for Lakeview. Every, I think, elementary school this week, or at least two, but I think all three, had a similar fundraising program with children running laps for pledges. And so Liz, our CSO, is there to participate and help out. For those of you wishing to follow the budget process, the next budget meeting for the city is Thursday evening, and the items to be discussed are listed there. Library, Community Development Authority, Innovation Center, our tax increment districts, neighborhood services, public works, capital projects, stormwater utility, water utility, and wastewater utility will all be on the agenda at that meeting. The meeting starts at 5. The original or first meeting was held in this room. This one is agenda to occur upstairs. If we have visitors or attendees that exceed the space allowable up there, we'll put up appropriate signage and move it down here. Also this week was the dedication of the Mary Poppy Christmas Success Center on campus. This is an addition to the Laurentide Hall. It's a beautiful addition. Staff was present to support the university and give thanks to the generous donors that made it possible. And it was a good event. I would encourage anyone interested to take a look on campus. It's a beautiful facility used primarily for tutoring students. It's an excellent resource for students that needing any additional help with any subject matter on campus. Also happening now and through to the 20th is hydrant flushing. So just be aware, in your neighborhood you may see water crews out opening the hydrants and flushing the hydrants. That sometimes stirs up a discoloration in the water. So if you are using your sink, just don't be careful to wait a little bit for that water to go clear again. It should not take long. If you are concerned or it seems like it's taking a long time, please feel free to contact the city and we can investigate. If it has been going a long time and there's a problem, we can fix it. Also this month, just a reminder, it's Fire Prevention Month, so take advantage of the opportunity and check your fire extinguishers. Make sure that they are current and useful, that they haven't outlived their life or expired. Youth Halloween party coming up at the end of this month. This is happening in the Armory from 6 to 7:30 p.m. on the 28th, which is a Saturday. Entrance is 50 cents per child or youth, or a canned good to provide to the food pantry. It's always a positive event, so we invite the community to come and participate. Just an update, current projects, a couple that have actually been requested or inquired about by council members. The first one, for 88 compliance purposes, this building meets standards because it was built prior to changes in standards that exist now. But in spite of that, we've decided to improve the building in a couple ways to make it more accessible to folks coming in that may have a mobility need or challenge. We're going to be installing bathroom doors with the ADA accessibility buttons on all bathrooms in this building before the end of the year. Dog park relocation is another project that is underway. This will be something that happens in 2018, so in the springtime, if not before, you'll notice that the dog park would be relocated to a parcel at the intersection of Jefferson Street and Starren Road. The park board has weighed in on that project and will be bringing it back for discussion and just affirmation from the council at a later date. Franklin and Ann Street reconstruction project. This was a project that was meant to be had this year but was postponed so that we could apply for a grant and due to the efforts of our clerk and our several other employees in the city and working with Strand and Associates, we were able to be awarded that grant, and so now we're looking to take care of this project in 2018. The estimated bid letting time ideally is January, maybe February, but we'll be coming to this body and then moving forward with issuing a bid and coming back with a contract for that project. Fremont Street drainage issue, this is an ongoing challenge that we had hoped to address this year with the addition of some drain tile. It'll actually be taken care of once the snow thaws, the beginning of spring of 2018. And one other item, just to let the council be aware and the community, this map is not gospel truth regarding where algae and vegetation has grown on the lakes, but if you can see the red area up there, it's the city manager's best effort to cover the areas where we've seen vegetation fill in the lake over time. At different periods during the year, these are areas where, for the most part, there are blooms of one kind or another. There are lily pads budding and growing, or algae blooms occurring. So this is just one of the reasons why we are interested in looking at improving the lakes and potentially doing a drawdown. Staff met with the DNR on October 12th, received a lot of good information that we will share with a formal presentation by Heidi Bunk from the Wisconsin DNR on the 21st of November. So everyone publicly is invited to stay tuned or attend, and we'll have Heidi here for that to answer any questions. Anytime an issue comes up in more than one circle for me throughout the course of a week or a couple weeks, it becomes something I think that is worth looking into, and such has been the case for single-family housing. It's definitely a stir and a discussion item among residents in the community and specific groups, community groups. So I just bring it up here to point out that city staff is in process of evaluating how to move forward in addressing concerns regarding single-family housing. The primary area of focus would likely be what hurdles exist for subdivision development. Obviously, subdivision developers look for their market, and when they can turn a profit, they develop. We don't really want to overspend or waste city resources in funding any of that process, but whatever the hurdles are for a developer to come in and add an addition to an existing subdivision or to develop a new subdivision, whatever those hurdles are, we'd like to know what they are and do whatever we can to address them. So that's an area where city staff under my direction will be focusing some attention in coming weeks and months. But in addition, the Plan Commission has been in discussion regarding a housing assessment, I believe, and Councilmember Benny can correct me if that's a misstatement of the study that would be undertaken, but an assessment of existing housing, and has a subcommittee that will be meeting in the near future to evaluate that. The Greater Whitewater Committee has also, of which by virtue of council direction and council permission on funding, the city is also a member through the city manager position of the Greater Whitewater Committee. They have a subcommittee that will also be discussing housing, specifically looking at subdivision development. I think, don't want to paint them into a corner, but that's, I think, safe to say the primary focus. So just so that it's on everyone's radar, we've put to bed just about anything I can think of related to zoning changes associated with what was originally meant to be a change to code related to commercial development a few years ago. And this is now, I think, the area of focus where staff will be directing attention in the future. Coming up November 4th and 5th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is the Art Fair at the Cultural Arts Center. Take advantage. The Cultural Arts Center is a resource in our community. Not many communities our size, excluding university population our size, have a resource such as this. And certainly the university is a helpful component in the community, making it happen, but a lot of the work comes from longtime residents and children in the community that is exhibited there. Fantastic, fantastic resource, and I would encourage anyone interested to take part and attend those 2 days. Also, Pause for a Cause 5K run is coming up. This, formerly known as the Nearly Naked Run, which I believe discouraged some folks from participating. And so it clearly states, and I think Councilmember Schulgen is pointing to at the bottom, no nudity, no thongs. That's intended to be there to clarify this is no longer the Nearly Naked Run, it's Pause for a Cause. So bring your families. It'll be a little bit more family-friendly than the prior title would allude. One other item that's not in the slides that I just wanted to mention is next Wednesday at 5 p.m. in the library will be a formal launch of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library Program, sponsored by Whitewater Leads. This is a program that provides books to children 0 to kindergarten age directly to their homes. So eligible families can apply, and to do so, don't ask me about that right now because I didn't bring those details with me. A press release regarding this program will be provided through the city by the end of the week. But this is an outstanding program and a great addition to the Whitewater Leads organization and what they're doing to promote literacy of all kinds in the community. So just to be aware of that, more information will be forthcoming. With that, that concludes my presentation.